Yeah, good evening everyone. Hopefully, uh, ano tayo sa ano no, sa storm. Uh, Hopefully everyone is doing good. Yeah. So my topic for tonight is actually more on the importance of the data visualization. And most of the time, this part is the one that is skipped over. Pero kung makikita natin, no, data visualization is actually an integral part of both data science and data engineering. Most of the time, no, nakita natin na, hindi, visualization lang naman yan, madali lang yan, no. We have this connotation na kapag we're doing data visualization, it's one of the more mundane tasks. However, in this tonight's topic, I would like to emphasize on the importance and the responsibility of each and every one of us in terms of data visualization. Okay. Have you heard about the Challenger disaster before? Meron na po ba dito nakakaalam or nakakaalam ng story ng Challenger disaster? Or the Challenger spaceship? Have you heard of this? Type to na sa comment if meron, no? Thumbs up kung ano ha. Okay. The Challenger disaster or the Challenger incident is one of the world's most cruel disaster. No, later on I will be emphasizing on that. Um, and worst. It's one of the U.S. worst disaster of science. Actually, later on makita natin na it's not a science disaster, but rather it's more of a data visualization disaster. So, can you go to the next slide, please? So, nation watching. Okay, on January 28, no, 1986, the Space Challenger stood on the launch pad at Cape Canaveral. Okay, it's in Florida. Can you, Yui? Next slide, please. Uh, Parang hindi siya nag-i-slide sa next. Hello? Yeah, hindi. Hello, Yui? Nandiyan ka ba? Can you go to the next slide, please? Slide number 2, please. Okay. So, that was January 28, no, 1986 in Cape Canaveral. And the Space Shuttle Challenger stood on the launch pad at Cape... parang hindi pa rin siya lumumove. Nakita niyo ba yung slides ko? Hello?
Yes po.
Yui, nawawala. Hindi ka nakakapag-move ng slide.
Ay, sorry. Ay, tingnan po.
Oo, doon tayo sa second slide. Yan. Sige. Ayan.
Ayan.
Kasi madaming slides to eh. Hindi pa kasi ng ano. Anyway, so that was January 28, no, in Cape Canaveral, and on board there are 7 people there, no, 7 crew members. So si Krista McAuliffe, siya yung magiging ano natin ngayon, pivot or the instrument of ano natin, what they call this, object of interest natin ngayon, or person of interest natin ngayon. So she's a school teacher, and from the 11,000 applicants, siya yung magiging first civilian in space. And the US is not during this time, this is right after the Cold War or during the Cold War, in which no yung US is very proud of itself, no, to send the first person as a school teacher, a civilian, no, to send them in space. No, napaka-laking bagay nito for them. And dahil nga school teacher siya, no, classrooms across America are actually wheeled into the televisions, no. Yung mga bata, the children, no, sat cross-legged and in cold union floors. They were anticipating, no, the success of this flight. And the teachers, of course, mga co-teacher niya, they're smiling with pride. And of course, kung ikaw naman nga naman ang teacher dito, no, co-teacher mo siya, you'll be proud of its achievement, di ba? And more than 17% of the Americans tuned in live, No, this is a live broadcast. Okay, nangyayari to, no? And the Challenger wasn't just a mission. It was a symbol, no? It was a symbol of hope for ordinary people to reaching for the stars. So napakalaking pangarap nito for all of the American people. And during this time, no, you can never say that sabi nga nila, you can never be too much to be proud to be an American during this time. No, kasi they will be reaching for the stars. Now, the world was ready for triumph, but instead, what they got was a tragedy. No? So, ano kaya magiging emotion nyo dito? No? When they were watching the live, no, the live launch, no? Can you type in one word that what emotions do you think people felt, no, during that live launch? Ano kaya nararamdaman nila? No? Ano kaya yung pakiramdam nila during this time? No? And can you go to the next slide, please? No? And ito yung place, no, na ano, ito yung place na pinag-launch nila. And can you go to the ano, slide number 5, please? During this time, no, in January 28, during this time, no, yeah, there were shock, there were horror, and one of the things during this time during this morning was that the air was like winter. Napakalamig nung panahon ng oras na to. It was 31 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 0.5 degrees Celsius, and it is the coldest shuttle launch in NASA history. And with that, no, you'll see that the Challenger's boosters relied on O-rings. So can you go to the next slide, please? The O-rings, yan. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yan. The O-rings are more of a seal, rubber seal siya. And it is meant to contain the explosive gases burning hotter than 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So, this safeguards yung, syempre, they're using fuel here, and yung fuel dito is much more explosive or much more higher in combustion, no. To prevent leakage and explosion eventually, no, there are O-rings, rubber no, na nagsiseal doon sa part ng spaceship to hold on doon sa mga explosive gases na yon, no. And here's the problem, no. Ano ba problem pagdating sa rubber? Pag lumalamig ang rubber, ano nangyayari? Nagiging brittle siya. Tama. Nagiging brittle yung rubber. And this was the coldest morning. No, it was the coldest morning ever for the NASA's histories of launching, no. And at low temperature, it doesn't seal. No, hindi siya nagsiseal yung O-rings na yun. It cracks during that time, no, kapag malamig na. And eto na, syempre may findings kang ganon, di ba? Yung mga engineers at the station, no, lalo na yung booster contractor, alam niya yon. Alam niya nangyayari yon, no? Kasi beforehand, they tested it with 24 prior launches and they have data. So, alam nila yung ganon, no? And 7 of those 24 launches showed that the O-ring is eroding kapag malamig ang panahon. Okay? Almost 30% failure rate. So, ganun ka-seryoso yung nangyayari. And the colder the launch, the worse the damage. Okay? So, meron na tayong kumbaga, inclination on what will happen, no? And the coldest launch before Challenger was 53 degree Fahrenheit. Before to mangyari that was 53 degrees Fahrenheit yung data nila. And during this time na magla-launch, it was lower, 31 degrees Fahrenheit ang temperature. At 53 degrees Fahrenheit, it already failed. What more sa 31 degrees Fahrenheit pa? Diba? Na-imagine nyo na ba? So, imagine, no? Imagine ninyo, the Challenger was set to fly 22 degrees colder than the coldest flight in history. Ano tingin ninyong dapat gagawin natin pag gaganito? So, may pace lang ako. What do you think? If you were the decision maker, would you launch at 22 degrees Fahrenheit, colder than any flight before? Can you answer that? Yes or no? Kung kayo ang mga decision maker, absolutely not. No? Kung kayo yung magde-decision dito, no? Can you go to the next slide, please? Yan, hindi tayo magpapalipad. And the data was there. No? Can you see the screen right now? No? The engineers pleaded with NASA and they brought charts and tables and rows of numbers. And at launch at 31 degrees Fahrenheit, they said was dangerous. The O-rings were not qualified for this kinds of conditions. No? It's very obvious. But what did the managers see? Ano nakita nila? Ng mga managers, tables, and that one. Yung nakikita ninyo ngayon dyan. That is the data that those engineers presented to the decision makers. The incidents scattered across rows, technical notes, word in text. To them, the message was muddled. Yes, there is an erosion. But the shuttles had always survived. Yun naman na nakita ng mga decision makers na survive naman nila. The pattern was invisible. The danger was diluted. The data was whispered but it never shouted. It was there. The data was there. But the meaning was buried. If you are the decision maker and you were you were sent this data visualization, will you be able to provide a decision? Makakapag-decide ka ba ng maayos kung yan ang ibibigay sa'yo? Or just a set of tables? Yes, the data was there, ha? But, di ba? Yan yung binigay sa kanila, literal, ha? Binigay talaga sa kanila. No? I mean, can you guess what does this mean? No? In just one look. Okay? Can you go to the next slide, please? Dapat, ang binigay nila ay something like this. This was the picture that was never drawn. A scatter plot. A scatter plot like this that is very intuitive. That as you go back to the temperature, the jitter or the damage is increasing. Tama? Can you understand what the scatter plot is looking at? Just one glance na alam mo na habang tumababa ang temperature, yung blue line is the amount of damage that the O-ring is receiving. So, kung ikaw ay nasa 35 degrees Celsius, alam mo na agad na hindi ka dapat mag-launch. Diba? Imagine, kung magkaroon sila ng different meeting at ito yung binigay, no? If instead of a table, one scatter plot lang, hindi nyo kailangan magbigay ng malaking table. Just this scatter plot. Where the x-axis is the launch temperature and the y-axis is the O-ring damage jitters. No? At 75 degrees Fahrenheit, wala masyadong problema kasi you can see that there are many launches there, no, na naging successful. But at 65, it's starting to erode. And at 53, there is already a serious erosion. Lalo pa siguro pag 35 degrees. It screams. Di ba? This scatter plot screams. The risk is not subtle, it's glaring. Di ba? The human eyes instantly see what the table hides. The colder it gets, the higher the chance of a catastrophic failure. At Challenger's launch temperature, the probability of the O-ring failure isn't just high. It's almost inevitable. Sana ito yung pinakita nila. One picture could have stopped the countdown. And it would have saved 7 lives, di ba? So yes or no in chat. Would this scatter plot, tingin ninyo? No? One scatter plot, tingin ninyo will change the course of that meeting, the course of that, tingin ninyo, may mamatigas pa ba? Mga tingin ganyan. Diba? Kayo, what do you think? No, pag nakita ninyo to, this is a decision pivotal to the history of mankind. Just one scatter plot. Ito yung picture na hindi na drawing. The scatter plot. That's why whenever I'm in class and it is data visualization, I really take seriously data visualization among my students because of many catastrophe that was misinterpreted, no, misrepresented. Diba? The selection of the correct graph, all of it affects the decision, no? Next slide please. And dahil nga hindi napigilan, yun nangyari. And they just continue. No, at 11:38 a.m., the Challenger roared in the sky. And for 73 seconds, all seemed normal, no? Lahat ng mga school children nagpapalakpakan. Everyone was proud of what is happening because they already launched, already a minute in the air. And then suddenly, boom, flames. Sumabog yung boosters. Sumabog yung O-ring. No? Exactly as it is predicted. The superheated gas burned through the external tank. And at 48,000 feet, the shuttle exploded. It twisted and broke apart. On live television, in front of millions of children, those who were proud that their teacher was there saw what happened. The Challenger disintegrated. If you were there, if you were on that moment, and your teacher, no, bata ka pa lang, school teacher mo, sinabi, oy, si teacher ganyan. Magla-launch siya space, and very excited ka, may flag ka pang hawak, tapos makita mo sumabog. Yung sinasakyan ng teacher mo, na inalagaan ka, no, nagturo sa'yo, they taught you how to read, to write. You'll just see them in this tragedy just because of one picture that was never drawn. No? Millions of school children watched the shuttle broke apart in the sky. They grasped. Everyone felt silent for a moment. No? And then they cried. It's something that is preventable. With one picture, one graph, could have changed it all. Pero dahil hindi siya nabigay, hindi siya na-drawing, no? 7 lives. Can we go to the next slide, please? 7 lives. They were gone. No? Pilot Michael Smith, Mission Specialist Judy Dresnick, Ellison Ozinuka, Ronald McNair, Payload Specialist Gregor Jarvis, Teacher McAuliffe were gone. And these people are not just people lang na kung saan lang nila nakuha ha. These are treasures of the nation. They are people who contribute to the society. And just because one picture was not drawn, nawalan sila ng 7, no? 7 is one too many. A tragedy. Just because hindi na ibigay yung tamang scatter plot. Di ba minsan, pagka nagkakamali tayo sa office, no? Okay lang yun, nagkamali lang tayo eh. Kasi wala masyadong impact, no? But in these kinds of scenario, when you are there, lives, no? Lives can be erased because of one failure, of one mistake. Can we go to the next slide, please? To the next one. Number 12. It's not just a failure. Next slide, please. Another one. It's not just a technical failure. Okay. It was a data failure. The investigations confirmed that the cause of the tragedy was the O-rings failed because of the cold morning. No? But history remembers something deeper. It was not only a technical failure. It was a data failure. No? And the engineers had the evidence, but the story was never visualized. Numbers were presented in the tables, in that Crayola presentation that you told earlier, but the pattern was not shown. Diba? The truth was there, but hidden in plain sight. It's not about physics. It's about communication. No? Can you also, if you agree with this, no? Can you also type yes if you agree that communication can make or break, no, a decision as much as the numbers themselves. Yan. So the challenge, next slide please. The Challenger disaster is now taught in engineering. No? Next slide please. No, the Challenger disaster is now taught in engineering, statistics, and ethics in classes worldwide. And this is one of my introduction whenever I do data visualization classes. No, but the lesson is profound. No, it's not that data visualization was just there. No, data visualization is not decoration. No, it is translation. No, it is communicating. No, a table can obscure, a chart can reveal, a number can whisper, but a picture can scream. No, if a scatter plot had been drawn that night, no, maybe 7 lives might have been saved. No, so anong tingin ninyo yung with this story, no? What do you think as those who are pushing for data engineering, data science, data analytics, no? What do you think is your responsibility with data? Ano tingin niyo yung parang in one word, your responsibility to as a data expert, those who are training, no, those who are pursuing, yung mga naglilipat ng career, we all become one data expert one way or another. But what do you think is the responsibility with data? Or what does this remind you about? No. What does it remind you about? Can we get to the next slide, please? Communicate. To the last slide, please. So, this is the, what was left of the Challenger nung bumagsak siya sa Earth. No. Yan, making sure that the data we're presenting is understandable in just one glance. Yan. Very good, proper interpretation. No. So, we do not want another memorial like this. No. yung ganito dahil nagkamali lang sa isang papel. Isang papel lang yun eh. When I was reading this, I was really angry eh. No? So I end with this. No? What's your O-ring table? No? What's your O-ring table? So what danger is hiding in plain sight? Do you think in your spreadsheet waiting to make it visible? So what one chart could tell the story better than the numbers ever could? So I would like you to introspect, to check ano yung mga napagdaanan nyo before na dapat pala ganito yung pinakita ko na table na lang or itong graph pala dapat ang pinakita ko, no? Siguro nagbago or merong mga meron sigurong decision na maganda or mas magandang nangyari, no? Yun yung O-ring table natin, no? Because sometimes the difference between a table and a chart, no, is the difference between disaster and safety. So for our final thoughts, no, ay, ano nangyari dito? So for our final thoughts, what's one metric in your work that deserves to be turned into a chart right now? Yan. What's one metric in your work that deserves to be turned into a chart right now? So I'd like you to think about it, and if you have any more questions concerning this matter, you're free to share. I would like to this to open as an open session with everyone concerning data visualization and the things that you are able to gather with me. Error logs, yeah. Yeah, I'm done with my presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much po, Sir Maki.
Welcome, welcome.
And so I think just to add more to what Sir Maki said, yung final thoughts, so a lot of times, there are a lot of data that we can somehow take for granted. So it's really nice to be reminded of our responsibility, being very close to the data, knowing the data, parang what's happening underneath. It's also a responsibility to raise it properly. So even, for example, if we're, let's say, junior analysts, if we see something, let's be proactive and raise it to whoever is responsible or has a bigger voice in the company. So it's really nice to be reminded of that. We have to uphold very high standards to ourselves, with the data that we see. Any outliers, any anomalies, it's very nice to be reminded of that. So thank you po, Sir Maki.
Yeah, welcome. I find it very good to remind everyone kasi mag-year end na, no? We'll also have our vacations in a very short while. So would like to give a reminder na next year, coming the years, no, lalo sa December, a lot will be reported. Year-end report. No? Lalo sa mga nag-accounting dyan, yung mga in the operations and everything. No? We have to uphold it. Yeah, audit, very proponent ng pagka-busy ng company yan, lalo pag nasa part ka na ikaw na yung may hawak ng data or ikaw na yung nagre-report. Grabe yan, no? But I find it refreshing to share this kasi all of us are pursuing, no, data science, data engineering, and however, we need to be reminded on what is the basics as well. No, data visualization. And I find a lot of things, no, when I was creating this. Maraming sloppy gumawa ng data visualization. And meaning because siguro hindi big yung responsibility nila. But even though hindi mabigat yung responsibility mo or hindi masyadong kagaya noon, hindi life and death kagaya nun sa Challenger, we need to practice it, no? And it's very good to have such kind of values when it comes to to expressing or to showing our craft, no? Especially in this, in data visualization. It gives us the empowerment, and the other people the empowerment to understand what we are trying to talk about or what we would like to convey to them. No? So meron bang gusto mag-share experience, mga data yan? Gusto namin marinig.
And please feel free to raise your hand. We'll put you on stage para mag-share your experience niyo po, guys. Or yeah, if you have any questions to Sir Maki in regards to like data visualization or anything in general. Yes, so sabi ni Simon, minsan kasi kapag may tools tayo like Power BI, na accessible na lang yung lahat ng database, kung ano-ano na lang ang binivisualize. Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's very valid.
Mm. But with that, maganda yung sabi ni Steamy, no? Yung over visualization can also cause the same problem. So that is why there's supposed to be an exploration muna. Check natin ano ba yung may value, no? Ano ba yung focus. In our practice, doon sa ano namin, sa masters namin, we always practice to know first what is the business question. No, hindi kami pwede basta parang gawa lang ng gawa sa sayang oras eh. And it really happened. It really happens. So, with the business question in mind, no, and then trimming it down further, no, na ano namin yun, nape-prevent namin yung over visualization kasi nga naman, di ba, everything is in our hands na. But if we have a guide question on what we're trying to answer ba talaga, and then meron ka partner na nagsasabi sa'yo, oy, sobra na yan, hindi na naman natin dapat i-discuss yan. So, I think that will give you more insight on that. Ay, meron sinabi si Miss Sandy. The biggest challenge is convincing people of the dangers. There are people who warn against proceeding, but they were not heard. Yes, they were not heard because wala sila nakitang picture. Yan. Wala sila nakitang picture talaga. So, dapat, iano sila na, if you would like to, to put into perspective yung nangyari, if it was just drawn talaga, no, it should be, talaga, it should be have been prevented. Yan. Yeah, yun nga, yung evidence was already in that na. So, hindi pushed forward na lang talaga for that kasi nga wala ngang eh. Hindi nila na-visualize talaga. For new data analysts, as interest in visualization, improve reports rather than with the chart. Okay. As a data scientist, no, sa mga bagong data analyst or upcoming engineers and whatever na magiging mapupunta tayo din kasi dun sa mga partner. It's inevitable na eventually mapupunta ka dyan, ikaw yung pagre-reportin, ikaw yung paggagawa ng visualization, gaano ba ka ka-efficient yung ginawa mong engineering design ng data mo. Everyone will go there. My tip is that if you are tasked to visualize something, put yourself first in the feet of those who will listen. What do they need to know muna? No, ano ba yung dapat nila munang malaman? No? Ano ba yung dapat nilang malaman? And ano ba yung gusto mong ipaalam din sa kanila? So those two questions will guide you on what you want to present. And then after you completed that, best is if you have someone to review it. Alin ba dito yung tingin mo magkakasya sa 15 minutes? Yan. Always have the guideline of the 15-minute rule. The 15-minute rule is, if bibigyan ka ng 15 minutes, alin dito yung mga ipe-present mo? No? Alin dito yung mga ito-talk about mo? Alin dito yung gusto mong bigyan ng emphasis? Yung magka-cut down ka talaga doon ng mga kung ano man yung gusto mong i-cut down. No? And magugulat ka na yung report mo is very ano siya, focus siya doon sa kung ano yung importante. No? And even you, no, magugulat ka na gano'n, ay, gano'n pala yun, no? Ang galing ng pagkakagawa. Kasi 15 minutes ka, you have time bound, and you would like to talk kung ano yung within those 15 minutes lang. Yun na kasi binigay na time sa'yo, everything else should be thrown out the window. With regards to the charts and visualization, doon mo rin makikita kung ano yung gusto mong i-emphasize. Kasi yung chart and tables and charts are there for emphasis. No? Ano ba yung pinakamahalagang dapat malaman ngayon? At alin ba dito sa tingin mo yung dapat nilang malaman? No? And it will not hurt if you have a reviewer, those who will review together with your report, those who will be checking alin ba yung dapat dito, alin ba yung and someone who has a very good domain knowledge. No, they will be the ones who will be guiding you throughout that. Is this the time US was still competing with Russia regarding putting people on the moon? Yes, actually that's one factor. It's a challenger. That was, I think this is Cold War. In the space race, yeah. Yeah. So it is important for us to learn how to navigate the politics in our place. So I don't get me allying, get a team or never to. Yeah, that is one of the good things that you can use as a bargaining tool, bargaining chip when you are in the workplace, no? Is your ability, no, your ability to put things in perspective. No, if you have the ability to show them or to present, no, to visualize, I really believe that that is a good bargaining chip, no, sa office politics or sa mga managers ninyo. Okay. How about naman po sa mga people like heads? You will report your data even against the data. Proceed with their idea or how will you handle? Okay. This one is quite ito yung ni Miss Sandy, no. This one is quite what they call this. You have to exert your other capability, no, in terms of playing the field, no, kasi kapag ang data kasi di sinungaling ang data when you present it and you visualize it, it's there. Whether or not ibabanggain niya, wala siya pakailam. Yun yung data para siyang evidence talaga. But sabi dito, you will report your data against the goal of data visualization. They want to proceed with their idea. How will you handle them? It depends on your situation, no? If the idea you think can be parang or depends on the person that you're talking with or your director. Syempre sunod ka sa director mo. Kung ano yung sinabi ng CEO ng manager mo. Sunod ka naman doon talaga muna You need not to expose them, no? You need not to go against them, no? Kung sakasakali, no, during if there will be you need not to go expose them inside the report, no, within the report. But if it is something that is really dangerous, or that's really needs parang kunyari kailangan siya ng expose, kunyari ikaw yung nakapag-uncover ng corruption sa sa gobyerno or something, you need to expose it. That is something that is everyone is affected. Pero pag ikaw lang or the business itself is I think you need to exercise wisdom on that. Kasi minsan talaga, paano pag pinakita mo to, mali siya, edi nawalan ka naman ng work. No. You have to to somehow know how to play it safe then, no? Data knowledge. Are there times that someone question the integrity of data used in a report? Yes, and how do you yes, a lot of times. Homing, yeah. Madalas yan, mainly because naapektuhan na sila. Usually, kapag tinatanong ka ng integrity ng data mo is kapag kami mga tinatamaan na. No? Pagka, ano na yan, pag may binabangga ka na, yun na yung mga tanong. Saan mo nakuha yung data na yan? Paano mo nakuha yung data yan? Paano mo na-compute yan? Paano mo nasabi na ganyan yan? Usually, ano yan, nangyayari yan kapag ka meron ng kunyari may tatamaan ng mga tao or mga ano na. So, we handle it, or how do I respond to it? I get to a meeting with them. No, hindi ako makikipag-away. No? I get to a meeting with them and explain them step by step how I came up with the data or how I computed it. It usually helps them understand. Tandaan natin, no, kapag halimbawa nasa medyo higher position na tayo and we would like to show data na kunyari, nagfe-fail, hindi maganda yung performance or something like that, blah, blah, blah. The way we deliver it, no, has a very big impact on those who will listen, no? So, halimbawa, sinasabi mo sa isang, kunyari, sa team mo, kunyari, for example, hindi maganda performance natin, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. And you have the data. All the data is there. All the visualization is there. If they are not open to you, wala tayong magagawa doon. But if you're able to get them into your story, no, if you're able to get them into your story, they will improve. They will be able to understand what you want. Kasi kapag nag-present tayo ng data, dapat, ito yung nangyari, as per the data, dapat meron kang kasunod na, ito yung gagawin natin to improve on that. Yan. So, that's a good strategy. We're here. How do we get there? Or how do we get out of here? Yan. Meron ka dapat ganong strategy. So, that's how I respond. No? I respond with technicalities and then a strategy na hindi naman tayo mananatili sa ganyan nung kayo mag-alala. Meron tayong plan on how to get there. Yan. So, data knowledge should really give everyone and just the data. Yes, that's true. You have to understand why they change it. Yeah, they have their own KPIs. Yan, usually, hindi naman sa pinagtatakpan mo sila or something. No, but you also need to be strategizing together with them on, of course, how you help them, no, and how you tackle the problem that you saw surfacing. Yeah. Feeling the pressure, yes. Data doesn't lie. It's really, siya kasi, data is really a powerful weapon if you're going to use it as a weapon. Pero if you use it as a tool, no, parang knife, no, knife can be a weapon, but it can also be a tool, no. But if you use it properly, it opens up a lot of opportunities and a lot of insights on how you can take good things better or bad things better. No? Nakita mo bagsak yung sales. It doesn't mean na nagpabaya. But how do you get to the other's end na maging tumaas yung sales? No? Or nakita mo hindi maganda yung performance ng team mo. Don't just dwell there. Nakita mo na nga hindi maganda yung ng team mo eh. And the data doesn't lie na. Alam mo na totoo yung nakikita mo eh. But you as a data presenter, ano ba yung dapat na strategy na tingin mo it will bring your team up again to shape, no? So, usually yan, yung mga ganyang mga scenario, nangyayari yan kapag halimbawa, marunong ka sa data, tapos yung kunyari yung boss mo or someone, and you reported it as transparent as it is sa boss mo, no, they will hide some, kasi siyempre hindi naman lagi lahat dapat ipakita, but you need to emphasize with them na ito yung nangyayari, what do we do about it? Or ito yung totoong data, ito yung talagang nangyayari, meron tayong problema nito, how do we go about it? If you are that bold enough, not in an exposing way, but in a very professional way, you will be valued. Magiging valued, employee ka. yung anong opinion ng pinapakinggan kasi lagi kami data. Yan. Yan. Yeah, it's really critical to have good working. Wag yung gagamitin yung data as a weapon to expose someone in a bad light as much as possible unless of course it is corruption na nangyayari sa bansa natin. No, kung talagang gano'n na talaga, but in the corporate setting, no, as much as possible, ilagay natin siya sa constructive, no, na or in a more constructive way na light. Nasagot ko ba yung questions niyo, Homing? Yeah. Madami pa kayong pagdadaanan na ganyan, lalo pag habang tumataas kayo ng rank, no, data becomes a good thing to be on the side with, no. Ano yan, it's a very good item to know, to evaluate. As you go up to the ladder or you go deep in science, no, either of the two, as long as you can interpret it properly, no, you have an access to a reliable data set and you can reproduce it, no, and they can reproduce it as well to that extent, no, you'll be in good naman. Report specialist, so congratulations, no, you use Tableau or Power BI? Thank you, Steamy. Salamat. I think we only got a few minutes left. Anyways, if you have something you would like to ask me about or something, I'm just here naman, active ako dito sa Data Engineering Pilipinas Discord and also in the in the GC. You can also email me. My LinkedIn is there as well. You can just check on it. I'm actively putting up more projects, applications, research, konting mga kung ano-anong spin on my LinkedIn and on my Facebook account and everywhere that I can mainly because I'm actively pursuing Masters of Science in Data Science. But if you have something like may question kayo about corporate settings or computers, no? For example, I'm also a system administrator. Uh, you can you can chat me on that. Ano naman to? The Data Engineering Pilipinas was built for open knowledge, sharing knowledge, no, free knowledge for everyone. Kung wala kayong matanungan sa office or wala kayong matanungan somewhere, let's talk here, no. This was built for everyone. Yun ang insight ng Data Pilipinas nang binuo ito. For those who are hobbyist, meron kayong mga konting papers dyan na gusto nyo i-share. This is an open platform. Okay? Pwede kayo magtanungan dito, pwede kayo tayo mag-share, may tanong kayo professionally, please do so. You just need to abide with the, syempre, the group rules, pero wala namang pasaway dito. Yun. I think we're done na for the night. Thank you everyone. I'll see you on the next episodes. I'll bring more interesting things with you. Thank you.
Thank you po, Sir Maki. And thank you everyone again for attending. Just last few more statements lang po. So, ipo-plug lang po namin ulit yung State of the Community Survey. So this is headed by Miss Sandy. So I'll share the link. Also, yes, very active po si Sir Maki sa LinkedIn. Nag-share siya ng mga insights niya. So I really encourage you to follow him on LinkedIn as well. And then for next Friday, we have the AI study group naman by Vani. So it's this coming Friday next week. And so if you have the time, please also attend. I'm sure marami din kayong matututunan doon. And so with that po, thank you, Sir Maki. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miss Sandy, Matt, and Joms for helping out. And to everyone who attended. And so once again, thank you and have a great evening, everyone.